Have any of you guys been vaccinated? If not, you should get vaccinated. Vaccination should be supported because it offers necessary protection against deadly diseases, not only for yourself, but others. Vaccination also helps eradicate diseases or severely lessen the impact of them, and vaccination saves money on future hospitalization costs, medical costs, and death costs. This topic is severely relevant in today's society because there's a trend of anti-vaxxers going around where they create common misconceptions and drama about vaccination. They spread lies that are not true, so people tend to not like vaccination as much. But vaccination does save countless amount of lives, countless amount of money, and countless amount of resources. I'm credible to talk about this topic because I myself have been vaccinated, and I've been researching this topic thoroughly for over a month. So, what we're going to talk about today is vaccination's protection against diseases, how vaccination helps destroy, eradicate, or severely lessen the impact of said deadly diseases, and how vaccination helps save future costs. So, first thing we'll talk about is vaccination protection against deadly diseases. Mary M. in Diseases that are Preventable with Vaccination suggests that diseases that are preventable with vaccination can include polio, tetanus, measles, and mumps. She also suggests some of these symptoms. Some polio symptoms can include flu-like symptoms, meningitis, death. Tetanus can include stomach pains, blood clots in the lungs, death. Measles can include encephalitis, brain damage, death. And mumps can include encephalitis, meningitis, hearing loss, death. Now, can you imagine people you know ever getting those? Can you imagine them dying and suffering slowly until their death because they contracted one of these diseases that are easily preventable by one vaccination? I don't think you can imagine that. So please get vaccinated. It helps save people a lot more than you think. Vaccinations are important. They were created for a reason. They protect an individual from contracting a deadly disease, and they help others from contracting the disease also. Paul O. and Charlotte M. in Vaccines in Your Child suggests that the chickenpox vaccine was created in 1995. Prior to chickenpox vaccine was created and distributed, there was over 4 million cases per year. But after that, it dropped 90%. That's just crazy in itself, as suggested by Paul O. and Charlotte. Also, an example of not using vaccinations can be, in 2008, a family from San Diego went to Switzerland on a holiday or trip, whatever we have to call it, and they were not vaccinated. From Switzerland, they contracted measles and they brought it back to the US, and only to my imagination could they have injured so many people around them for not getting a simple shot. So please, it's simple. You're gonna save others, you're gonna save yourself. Get vaccinated. Vaccinations are also for a healthier future. Lisa R. in Vaccination Examining the Facts suggests that they prevent global pandemics. Like you could say COVID. After the COVID vaccine was made, COVID rates severely dropped. Also in the future, as Lisa suggests, we can plan advanced funding and transportation for these vaccines so more people around the world can get them, and we can prevent these pandemics and diseases from spreading. But now, on the topic of beneficial vaccines. Vaccination helps eradicate or severely lessen the impact of diseases. Lisa R. in Vaccination and its critics suggests the effects of smallpox and polio from vaccination. If you could look at handout number 2, it shows smallpox. The last case of smallpox was in 1966 in Somalia. It was the last case because WHO, or WHO, started a campaign, a plan to eradicate this disease. They had 2 groups, the distribution group and the containment and surveillance group. With the help of those 2, they worked together and they eradicated smallpox within 10 years using the Edward Jenner vaccine. But like I said earlier, not all diseases have been eradicated. Like polio, if you look at handout number 1, it shows polio. Polio was only lessened, not eradicated. In 2015, there was only 22 cases compared to the prior high amounts of cases. For the polio vaccine, it was the Sabin oral vaccine or the Salk vaccine that are being used at severely decreased polio. Those effects, if you did get polio or if you did get smallpox, you might end in death, like you could see in those papers I showed. But now imagine how much money is being spent. If you look at your handouts, you can only imagine the medical costs from those. But if you get vaccinated, it does help save money, future medical costs, hospitalization costs, and death costs. Fang Z in the Health and Economic Benefits of Routine Childhood Immunization suggests that every $1 in immunization saves $11 in the future. And I am saying, well, what does vaccination save money with? Just period or whatever? No, vaccination help prevent early deaths, which can include funeral, storage of your body, etc. Vaccination can help prevent future unnecessary medical costs, like the treatment you'll need, or the medication you'll need, or anything else, and can help prevent future hospitalization costs, which, if you contract polio, measles, mumps, you will need to be in the hospital for a while based on the symptoms I said earlier. But now, after everything I've said to you guys, you still may be thinking, well, vaccinations are unnatural. I don't find them in the wild. They're unnatural. They're made in a lab. Well, vaccinations are for a reason. Can you imagine your child, family, friend, anybody you know getting encephalitis or their whole face swelling up and they slowly die? They can be suffering in the hospital for who knows how long until ultimately they might die. It's not even a waste of money. It's just so much money going into helping the person who's not vaccinated. And they're after the hospital, just so much money. But if you get vaccinated, it can save all those costs, save all that heartbreak, and save everything else. I know you guys cannot imagine going to a funeral for a child, sibling, anybody you know. Vaccination helps protect both the individual and others from a deadly virus. It also eradicates diseases or severely weakens them so they're not as prevalent in today's society. And vaccination also helps save money, like I said prior. Vaccination saves millions of lives across the planet. So please, vaccinate yourself, try to convince your friends to vaccinate themselves, and ask your family to vaccinate. You don't want to go to a funeral